Hi, this is Geshe Michael Roach, and I would like to give you a background on the fundraiser that we're doing. 50 years ago, exactly, I started as a student at Princeton University, which you can see here. And, after trying a few different subjects, I got interested in ancient Asian wisdom. And we were trying to find the ancient books of wisdom all over Asia. In the next picture, you can see one of the libraries that we found. This is in Mongolia, and this is a librarian in Mongolia. And we decided that we would try to save these ancient books all over the world. And we actually got some help. We got a grant from the Hewlett Packard Computer Corporation. At the time, it was one of the largest computer makers in the world. And luckily, one of my ancient language professors at Princeton was also the professor of David Packard Jr., whose father founded Hewlett Packard. And they gave us some grants, and we started to save the ancient books of Asia in libraries like the one you see here. We started an organization called Asian Legacy Library. Then I was trying to get more money to save more books, to start more places. And in the next slide, you can see jewelry.com. This was one of the first online jewelry sellers in the world. And I helped to found the company Andine International in New York, which reached $250 million in sales. We became the largest diamond jewelry company in the world. And I used my profits to help save the ancient books, to pay people all over the world to find the books, to input the books. And we put them up for free online at Asian Legacy Library. And it was a really very successful. Warren Buffett bought the company in 2009. Jewelry.com was just one small part of the company. The name Jewelry.com cost us $20 million. Then you can see in the next picture here, I started training people to translate these ancient books so that people in the modern world could have this wisdom, to use this wisdom. Because I had used it in building the jewelry company, and I had found that it was a great help in becoming successful. One of the fastest growing companies in the history of New York City. And so I was able to pay to start training translators to translate these ancient books. And then in the next, you can see a book. I was asked to write a book by the largest publisher in the world, and they Doubleday Corporation, and we called it The Diamond Cutter. And it became very popular, and it spread to many countries. I think it's over 35 countries now. It has been translated. Here you can see the mainland Chinese edition. And that book basically told people how to use this ancient wisdom to become successful and build their businesses the way I did. And that became very popular. In the next picture, you can see in Vietnam, this is not too long ago, a talk I gave. And I don't know, 3,000, here it's 1,500 people came to a talk. And I would give these talks every year all over the world in 20 different countries. And people got very excited about learning how to use the ancient wisdom to become successful in their life. And I started a company called Diamond Cutter Institute. So I just kept making new companies, new organizations to find this wisdom, to preserve it, to translate it, and then to share it around the world with other people. In the next picture, you can see another organization I founded called the Knowledge Base, which I founded with my friends. And on this free website, you can get over 5,000 free talks, free videos, free materials from the last 25 years. You know, I've been teaching these principles of over 25 years. And you can get online here, and for free, you can sit and watch 5,000 different lectures, different kinds of instructions, and it's very cool. Because of this work, later, as you see in the next picture, I was invited to the Congress of Mexico, and they gave me a PhD, honorary PhD, and you can see me under the flag with the strange PhD hat and giving a talk to the members of the Congress about these new ideas that we have from the ancient wisdom, which I first started saving at Princeton 50 years ago. In the next picture, you can see these kids are part of a program. It's called Green Stretch Pen, and there's over 20 million children in Mexico. They don't eat well. They eat too much fatty food. Actually, it's a lot of American food. And they get overweight, and then they have emotional problems. And the people at the Congress of Mexico asked me and my colleagues, could you start a program that teaches this ancient wisdom to the children, and also teaches them how to get a lot of good exercise using stretch. We call it Green Stretch Pen, and it's a program which the Congress has approved for over 20 million children. And so eventually, I tried to move all these organizations to a small town in Arizona. This is where I grew up. And I was living here. This is called Sedona. It's a very beautiful place. It's near the Grand Canyon. And because I was living in Arizona and I grew up there, I decided to build a college there and offices for all these different organizations I've created over the last 50 years. Since I was at Princeton, I started growing different organizations to build up and save this ancient wisdom and then share it all over the world. And now, you know, I'm almost 70 years old, and I'm looking ahead to the future. And I really want to keep these organizations going. So what I've done is, you know, I've trained hundreds and hundreds of people. And in the next photo, this kind of shopping center you see in the lower part of the photo, it includes a lot of offices that we have purchased or we are renting. And there I have put these organizations. We have here the Asian Legacy Library, which saves the ancient books. We have here the Diamond Cutter Classics organization, these translators from all over the world who translate the ancient wisdom. We have offices here and support for projects like the one you saw in Mexico for 20 million kids. And then, you know, out of these offices, we create all the materials that you see in the knowledge base, which is over 5,000 free talks and free things online that you can use. And I really want these organizations to keep going into the future. I'm 70 years old. I've done 50 years of hard work to build these organizations. And I was trying to think of a way. You see, the organizations have two parts. Some of the organizations are what we call in America, it's nonprofit. So these are charity organizations. They don't have any income. They don't sell anything. Everything they do is for free. So, for example, the Asian Legacy Library, for free, has digitalized, I don't know, I think about total 16 million pages since we started at Princeton. And they're online for free. The knowledge base, those 10,000 talks, other materials, they're free. The program in Mexico, we don't charge the children. It's all for free to help them. And many of these organizations don't have an income. And if something happened to me, I'm almost 70, I worry about how they're going to support themselves in the future. And I have created some for-profit companies that make money. One of them is this Diamond Cutter Institute that trains people all over the world, business trainings. We do charge people, we do make a profit, and then we help support all of these organizations. We have the Sedona College of International Management, and that also charges people to learn to be trainers for these organizations. But I'm looking ahead to the future when those nonprofit organizations, those charity organizations, are going to need financial help. They're going to need some steady income to keep helping, like these 20 million kids in Mexico, So I'm looking ahead. And if we go back to that photo of the, you can see on the left side of this photo, there are 4 or 5 white buildings, big white buildings. And these happen to be right out the back door of our offices. And these white buildings are storage units. This is a company which has, over 100 storage rooms. And people who have many things, like too much furniture, their mom gave them some furniture or something like that, they will rent a room in one of these buildings. And they will pay every month. And it's a good business. And it makes, I guess, about $250,000 a year. And the owner of this business came to me, and he said, look, you guys have bought many of the buildings and lands in front of us, and I'm getting older, and I would like to sell my business to you guys. And it's a good income. And then I was so happy because I thought, oh, wow, this is how I can build support, automatic support for the future of all these charity organizations which help people. The businesses like the Diamond Cutter Institute, DCI, and the Sedona College, they will continue to make money. And of course, they will continue to support these charities also. But I would like to purchase this business in the white buildings, and that will provide steady income to the charity organizations that don't have any income. My for-profit businesses, of course, they will continue to support these charities. But if we have the storage organization, then it's safer that they will have a steady income to pay for their rent and pay for their other expenses while they help people around the world. So, I contacted all my friends around the world. I think almost 50,000 people came to our last event. And I contacted all these people. I contacted the main leaders and organizers in different cities all over the world. And I said, will you help me, to buy this business, the white buildings, which can support the charities going on, as I get into my old age. And they said, yeah, sure, we would love to help you, Geshe. And so I made videos to tell the history of each of the charities, and also the history of the businesses I built to help the charities. I think there's over 10 different videos you can see. And this is sort of an introduction to those videos. This video is a short video just to tell you, what are those different organizations? How do they help people around the world? How do we support them? How do we get support for them? And what's the dream going on? Now, this business is going to cost $5.3 million. And I'm very excited to say that we have raised over half the money already. We're doing very, very well on the fundraising. Even with the COVID problem, people have been very, very generous. And we're doing great on the fundraising. This month, going July and August, if we can raise another $500,000, we can be way beyond halfway. And then the owner of this business said, if you can pay that much, okay, its total is $3.2 million. If you can pay that much by the end of August, then okay, it's a deal, and you can have the place, and you can pay the other money, while you fundraise. That's okay. But I'm asking you to finish 3.2 million by the end of August. We're almost there. We've done very, very well on the fundraising. Even with the COVID problem, we've done very, very well. And even in the last few months, we kind of got everyone excited, and we say, come on, we have to finish it now. And we have to reach 3.2 million by the end of August. It means you and I have to raise $500,000 before the end of August. And I'll tell you some exciting news. Just the people who are working for our charities and for our companies in Sedona, in this small city, 12,000 people in the whole city, they have raised $100,000, okay? This one small town, and just the employees of our charities and our other organizations here, they have donated $100,000 already. So we just need like 400,000 more. We have to reach this goal by the end of August. So I'm asking each one of you who's a leader in different cities, who has an organization in different cities around the world. This tiny city called Sedona, only 12,000 people, we raised $100,000. We need about 400,000 more. And we need you guys to raise it, okay? And you don't all have to raise 100,000, but try to raise as much as you can. Let's work hard up to the end of August. If we can raise the 400,000, which is a total of 500,000 by the end of August, then the deal is done. They're going to give us those buildings, and then slowly we can finish fundraising for the rest. So I hope you will look at all the videos we've made that kind of tell you the background of each organization. And then I hope you will help us to raise the funds to buy this white buildings. And then the income from that will help all of our charities who don't have their own income. And it will also allow the for-profit companies like DCI and SCIM, then we'll be freed up then we'll be able to donate more in the future. So thank you very much for helping to raise these funds, to buy this business, to help with the expenses of our charities. And if we work together, I know we can do it. So work hard and let's get it done. Thank you.